Good morning, dear students. Hope you all are doing well. Today we are going to start with Unit 1, chapter number 1.7, that is Paramvir Chakra, on page number 20. So, first let us see the introduction of the lesson. Now, as you know, that we live in our country with a sense of security because our brave soldiers, even at the cost of their lives, are guarding us with their presence on land, at sea, or in the air. Their extraordinary acts of bravery are recognized by bestowing military decoration on them. The highest military decoration is the Paramvir Chakra. This lesson tells us more about Paramvir Chakra. Okay, now as I said that India's highest military decoration is through Paramvir Chakra. Now this Paramvir Chakra is a very rare honor. So far it has been awarded only 21 times. Okay, and the 21 bravest of the brave Paramvir, all Paramvir's names has been mentioned on your textbook page number 21. So you can go through that 21 bravest of brave Paramvir Chakra holders. So these are our heroes who had got the award of Paramvir Chakra. So you can refer on page number 21 also. Let's start with our first paragraph on page number 20. You have heard about legendary heroes of the past and their extraordinary act of bravery. What do you mean by legendary? Legendary means very well known and remarkable enough to be famous. Okay, and extraordinary, what do you mean by extraordinary? Means very special. So you have heard about the legendary heroes of the past and their extraordinary act of bravery. But even today, many brave soldiers of our country sacrifice their own lives for our safety. And today also, for our safety, many such soldiers, brave soldiers, have sacrificed their life for our safety. Their brave deeds are honored by bestowing military decoration on them. Now, their brave deeds, how we honor them? By bestowing military decoration. What do you mean by bestowing? Bestowing means presenting. Okay, and military is a soldier of all armed force. So we their brave deeds are honored by bestowing military decoration on them. Paramvir Chakra is India's highest military decoration. It is awarded for the most conspicuous bravery or some daring or preeminent act of valor or self-sacrifice in the presence of the enemy, whether on land, at sea, or in the air. Okay, so now, as I said first only in the introduction, that Paramvir Chakra is what? Highest military decoration, and it is awarded only to 21 brave soldiers. And it is awarded to most conspicuous bravery. Conspicuous, what do you mean by conspicuous? Very clear, visible. Okay, outstanding, easily attracting attention. Okay, and preeminent, what do you mean by preeminent? Preeminent means outstanding. Okay, so daring, act of valor and self-sacrifice. What do you mean by valor? Means bravery, and self-sacrifice means giving up one's life for a cause. Okay, in the presence of enemy who are fighting with the enemy, whether the fight is on the land, at sea, or in the air. The Paramvir Chakra is a very rare honor. So far it has been awarded only 21 times. 14 of these awards were given posthumously. Now, as I said in introduction only, that this Paramvir Chakra is a very rare honor and it has been given 21 times, and 14 of these awards were given as posthumously. Posthumously means after a person's death. Okay, I hope you have understood till here. Let's proceed further. Now on the same page number 20, on your left hand side, see one gray color column is given. We will continue from there. Now we will see how the Paramvir Chakra is and what is there in that Paramvir Chakra. The medal itself is a very simple in appearance. The appearance of the medal is what? Very simple. It is made up of bronze and is fitted with swivel mounting and has a plain purple ribbon. Now this medal has been made up of bronze, and it is fitted with civil mounting and has a plain purple ribbon, and it has what? A plain purple ribbon in it. Okay. on the observe, it has the Indian national emblem at the center, surrounded by 4 replica of Indra Vajra. Now observe, what do you mean by observe? The side of a coin or a medal between the head of a principal design. Civil means is a device that allows something to turn freely. Okay, so here if you see on the other side, on the both the side, there is national emblem, Indian national emblem at the center, and it is surrounded by 4 replicas of Indra Vajra. We will see what is Indra Vajra afterwards. On the reverse, the word Paramvir Chakra are engraved. Now on the reverse side, you can see what is engraved. The word Paramvir Chakra is engraved. Engraved means it is carved, okay, in Hindi and English, with 2 lotus flower in between, and there are 2 lotus flowers in between of that engraved Paramvir Chakra is written in between. Okay, the Paramvir Chakra medal was designed by Savitri Kanolkar. She was a European lady who married Vikram Kanolkar, an Indian army officer. Savitribai loved India and took Indian citizenship. Now this medal was designed by a lady. What was her name? Her name was Savitribai Kanolkar, and she was an European lady, and she got married to an Indian army officer whose name was Vikram Kanolkar. And Savitribai loved India, and she took the Indian citizenship. She spoke Marathi, Sanskrit, Hindi fluently, and had studied Indian arts and tradition in depth. Now she had a very love for India, and she know all the languages, and she had studied art and tradition in depth. Okay, now on the same page, come to the right hand side, there is box of blue color. In that, let us see what is Indra Vajra, as that word was there. Indra Vajra or thunderbolt is supposed to be a matchless weapon, but what makes a weapon invincible is the supreme sacrifice of sage Dandaji. Invincible means too powerful to be defeated. Okay, now this is a small story about the sage means sadhu. Okay, sage Dandaji. According to the legend, thousands of years ago, a demon had stolen all the water in the world. Now according to the legend, 1000 years back, one demon means who? A Rakshas. Okay, demon means Rakshas. Okay, had stolen all water of the world. Innocent people were suffering and dying without water. Now all the innocent people were suffering without water, and they were dying. This demon could not be defeated by any ordinary weapon made by ordinary material like wood, metal, etc. Now this demon, he can't be defeated by any ordinary weapons which are made up of wood or any materials. Okay, something extraordinary was required, and to kill this demon, something extraordinary was required. It was learned that the sage Dandaji had bones of such extraordinary power. Now someone came to know that the sage Dandaji's bones are made with that extra powers. But how could one ask for the bones of a living man? Now everyone was thinking that how we can ask for the bones of the living man. Sage Dandaji was a noble person. Now Sage Dandaji was very noble person. Noble means morally good. Okay. Thunderbolt. What do you mean by thunderbolt? A flashlight within a clap of a thunder and strikes at something. Okay. So he himself laid down his life and gave his own bones to help the people. Now what he did, he only decided that I will give my life and I'll give my bones, and you can save all the peoples. Indra Vajra, Indra weapons of thunderbolt, was fashioned from these bones, and the demon was defeated. Now these bones were made, out of that bones the weapons were made, and that demon was what? Defeated. Okay, just as the Indra Vajra derived the power of sage Dandaji's bone, the Indian military derives its strength and power from the sacrifice of the bravest of brave, the Paramvir Chakra holders. As uh, we came to know that this the soldiers, they laid their life, they sacrificed their life. So just as the Indravajra derived power, Indravajra has derived the power from sage Dandachi's bone, the Indian military derives what? Derives the strength and power from the sacrifice. So just as Indravajra derived power from sage Dandachi's bone, the Indian military derives its strength and power from the sacrifice of the bravest of the brave, the Paramvir Chakra. So this medal is known as what? The Paramvir Chakra award. Okay. So let us start with the next page. On page number 21, here Flying Officer Nirmaljit Singh Sikho 10877 FP PVC Squadron number 18, the Flying Bullets. Now this is the story of Nirmaljit Singh. On the 14th of December 1971, Srinagar airfield was attacked by the wave of 6 enemy Sabra aircraft. On 14th December 1971, Srinagar aircraft was attacked by the enemies of Sabra aircraft. Wave of 6 enemies. Okay. Flying Officer Nirmaljit Singh Sikho was on readiness duty at that time, and this person Nirmaljit Singh, he was very ready to attend the duty. He could not take off immediately because of clouds of dust raised by another aircraft. Now at that time, when the enemies had when they had a war against us, at that time he could not take off the aircraft immediately, because at that time the cloud of dust was raised by the another aircraft. By the time the runway was clear, the enemy aircraft were overhead. Now the runway, as you know, what is the runway, you know. So till the runway was clear, the enemy's aircraft were there overhead. They were flying low, firing and attacking the airfield with bombs. And when they were at overhead, enemies were at overhead, at that time they were attacking us by flying low, firing and attacking the airfield with the bombs. Okay. Even then, Flying Officer Sikho took off his net fighter the moment he could. As the enemies were throwing bombs, then also this Nirmaljit Singh, what he did, he took off his fighter at the moment he could. He began to combat the powerful Sabra aircraft of the enemy, and he began to combat. What do you mean by combat? Means battle. Okay, to have a war. Okay, he damaged 2 of them and he had destroyed 2 of them. Okay, his fight with the attacking aircraft now continued at treetop height. Now as he moved, and this fighting was going on in the air. Okay, treetop height. At last the enemy aircraft fled from the scene of the battle, and at last the enemy's aircraft has run away. Okay, the airfield and the town of Srinagar were saved, and the town of Srinagar and airfield both were what? Saved. But alas, Flying Officer Sikon aircraft too crashed and he was killed. Now as he was fighting at that time, when the fighting was going on, and the enemy's aircraft were gone away, they ran away by seeing whom? This flight of Nirmaljit Singh. But alas, Flying Officer Sikon aircraft too crashed and he was killed. In fight, his aircraft was crashed and even he had died. Okay, who he means? Who? Nirmaljit Sikon. Okay, I hope you have understood till here. Let us see with the last paragraph of this lesson on same page number 21. Flying Officer Sikon displayed great flying skill and determination in the face of certain death. He showed unmatched heroism above and beyond the call of duty. Now Flying Officer has displayed what? Great flying skill and determination in facing whom? In facing the enemy, and he was died also. He showed unmatched heroism above and beyond the call of duty. He had shown heroism, and if it was beyond the call of duty. Salute to the bravest of the brave, Flying Officer Nirmaljit Singh Sikon. Now we should salute this brave leader who had brave soldier who had what? Who had fight for our country and laid his life. Okay, so even this Flying Officer Nirmaljit Singh Sikho, he has brought the Paramvir Chakra. Now from this lesson, what we have got? So we should also derive inspiration from our brave, selfless soldiers and be willing to make the final sacrifice for our country, our motherland, and India. So I hope you have understood this lesson. So thank you so much and have a nice